I almost feel like I don't want to end, but at the same time, I don't want to go to something else because this game's been so bloody wonderful. So I guess we could always try and find some more routes, you know? No, only hand holding. Kissing is too lewd. How dare you, Zero? How dare you? The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the...
Now let's skip through a bit. We can go straight to the cabin.
You make your way...
I'm interested to see if there's going to be any more new choices as well.
The interior of the cabin is almost...
Just enter the... I'm not taking the knife with me.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faint. Her voice.
Hello?
Yeah. I mean, I've only gone through one playthrough. So I've seen the tower, the Fury. We technically haven't seen the Spectre, but I did unlock it. But I didn't actually do it. We saw the Razor. I think I mentioned the Fury. The Wraith. That was an interesting one. Oh, the Adversary. That was a good one too.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to... You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the...
Minus achievements, I don't think there's a way to keep track. I mean, I might do. I might do. Oh, that's true. Freeing her, but with the knife. Ooh. Damn it.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the knife right now, so I can try to free her without the knife. I mean, no, because if we don't have the knife, she just starts biting at her hand, doesn't she? Yes, kill her when the narrator controls her, that's true. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Just examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
It's true, we are.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top...
Anything else there? Nah, just return to the bottom of the stairs, it's fine.
Make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would...
Yep. Save the princess.
Fine.
Technically, we could have gone straight into slaying her, I suppose. First the locked door.
We won't have any of that.
Slay the princess.
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart.
Yep.
But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time?
I want to see what happens if I betray her.
I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
I like it already, because before, if we resist, she's way different tone. Way different.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease.
I still think the razor was probably the one that really caught me off guard, like the thigh blade. Jesus.
You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over.
Just in case, I will say I would like to discover them, rather than being told which one to go with.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Gedge. The witch. Well, this is different.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
But I'm gonna every time just choose to go in without a knife.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Yeah, as Gulliver said, I'm kind of trying to discover them as well. Obviously, if we kind of issues, like I'm now planning to, like, you know what, I'm gonna go in every time. I'm not gonna take the knife with me and see where that takes me. This is a new one though, the witch. So I'm like, okay. But I'm also probably aware that there's different variations. If I went into the adversary without taking the knife, God, how different would that be?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards
here's the
close to our
opportunist.
chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
We never met the skeptic, for example.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Try and be interesting, okay. Alright, well, proceed to the cabin. That's it, best of luck, okie doke.
Before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat. Don't worry, you can trust us to get the job done.
Okie dokie. Proceed into the cabin. Bum 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 bum.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Thank you for the follow, Demi.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Because I know when I encountered the tower, a lot of the options were grayed out that I couldn't choose, like resisting and other stuff too. But I'm intrigued what happens if you submit to her as well. Obviously, she is the Dommy Mommy, but still. Enter the basement.
No blade. Hope you know what you're getting us into.
Don't need the blade.
Always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
Yes, I'm aware it also does grey them out if you've done them before as well. But it was my first time ever being there, so I was like, okay.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair.
But the Spectre we never got to actually see because I decided to see what would happen if I just kept trying to leave, and we found out what happens.
The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up.
And what was interesting is that I tried to do the same thing before where you actually get to just stab her straight up, and it didn't allow me to. She actually fought back. like when she did when it was against the adversary. It's like, oh, okay. Even though it shows the exact same options to do it, so it's like, oh, it's like she's learned.
The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Well, I don't think I'm scared. I'm intrigued. I'm not nasty.
You are. You're a wretched little thing.
She's being very seductive right now.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Yeah, maybe we can.
You can't.
Maybe we
Unless
can.
you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss.
I'd just like to have a tea party with the princess.
Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
Wow, that's a form.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
Yep.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other.
I mean, we do.
Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true.
I do like her fluffy tail.
I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
I mean, we wouldn't be in this predicament if you hadn't taken control before.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
I mean, the smitten is just the most amazing one ever, but still.
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
That's a key face. I'm sorry about last time. Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? I'm sure you've made mistakes. I get the sense that you're not happy with me. I'm unarmed, that's a gesture of goodwill, so what are we talking about? Look, I know, things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up. Trying to get out of those on your own, those chains didn't stop you last time. What have a nagging feeling you're going to stab me in the back if I help you out of here? I don't trust you. Not enough to free you, and definitely not enough to get close to you. I'm leaving. Bye. That seems like the sensible option. That always seems like the sensible option, just to leave her here. Yeah.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all, and unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it.
We should.
Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
I didn't bring my blade down, remember? How am I supposed to get you out of those chains?
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Oh.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
There's always one. There's always one voice who's smitten.
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
With what? Okay. Let's just leave.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us.
He gave you the cat go route. Yeah, I mean, I'd get here eventually.
It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if
Yeah.
it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her.
No trust.
Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
I mean, will we? Will we? You first?
And turn my back on you? Do you think me a fool? Your tricks are one of the only things I've known, and I've learned better by now.
Yeah, I suppose she's got a point.
Just go first.
When he said you can't leave here without me, which means I hold all the cards. If you go first, or we stay here up to you. No, we'll step onto the stairs.
That's right, you're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
She's gonna scratch my back, isn't she?
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous.
I do like doing the whole, like, well, different things. Like, okay, we killed her in the last bit, and then in this bit, it's like we're gonna live freer.
I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her.
That is true.
No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened.
I'm scared.
You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? Why did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp, piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight.
Why did the cat girl have to betray?
Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact.
Oh, she got the achievement, the frog.
You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up.
Wait, but she's also got her limbs broken too.
Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done.
I mean, true.
Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
God damn it, lady.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
It wasn't me as the narrator. There. That was our fault, trying to help you out of here. We were never going to get up those stairs, were we? We could have gotten out of here if we just trusted each other.
Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you.
Oh, damn.
By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back.
Yeah, that probably would have been a good option.
And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back.
But sometimes shit happens.
There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up.
Oh.
Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
That's what we call karma.
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
Well, yeah, you shouldn't have done what you did.
Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen?
I can now look at it more. It doesn't look like an exclamation mark. It looks like an L. It says YouTubeable. It works.
Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
We are blacking out. He doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I
Oh!
wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel...
Yo, Ghost. I feel like you can end on every single one. It depends on the choices you make. We didn't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where does she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
But good day, Mr. Ghost. How you doing? Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
I'm sorry, but we have to. I'm doing good. We're approaching a mirror right now.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Okay. Have a good night, Dimitri. Have a good one. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. You are the only thing I have ever. The space we're in is vacant.
Mm-hmm. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond
I know, right?
and that we are meant to reach them.
Okay, made me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
An interesting vessel. Bring the witch to her. Nice. Sweet!
That's the spirit.
Yeah, let's go murder a monarch.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess with
Relatable, Ghost, honestly. I've been debating on whether or not I really want to continue my 14 sub in 2024, if I'm honest.
a warning. Before you, she will lie, she will cheat.
There's so many great games out there we need to play. But I think I'm going to do this one more route and then probably wrap things up because I'm feeling tired.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare.
I mean, I could just enter the basement again. But this time round, maybe stab her immediately. When the dagger comes down.
The door to the basement...
I'm trying different things. I'm here to save you.
You're here to rescue me?
I see. You're trying to...
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely agree. Wait, where's the hero?
Princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her. She's beautiful.
There it is.
How could...
Do I not have the other one? Was the hero? Oh.
I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever.
I have VODs, don't worry. I always keep VODs.
I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
I don't understand why anyone wouldn't keep their VODs, but yes. Ta-ra. That'll probably be loading up onto YouTube as well, but yes.
You're only making this...
Pick up stairs. Return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, now slay the princess.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally.
Nice.
The wound drives her to the ground.
This is different.
Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
Look, the voices told me to do it.
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back.
Dungeon Defenders. I know Dungeon Defenders 2 is a bit of an absolute travesty.
Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
Oh dear.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
Oh yeah, she's barely threatened by us.
Fact. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure.
I'm scared.
Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about...
I feel like I'm doing the same route as one of the other ones.
It's about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Well, it's like Monster Hunter World is gaining traction again, even though like Rise is technically the new one because of Wild. There's like,
Seizing with pain, you
I have good reason to play it again.
Share of damage as well.
I mean, it's a great game
Blade
anyway.
having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back
Ooh,
to
can
your
I actually get her?
We can still turn this around.
Over the stairs, lock in the basement. Maybe she'll bleed. No, give up.
Are you serious? As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground.
I want to see if it does something
Those
different.
simply lacked the will to finish the job. The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of
That's scary.
Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out.
But I have access to a new sort of like gacha game in a way that's got like a beta test or something tomorrow, but I don't know if I can stream it or not yet. They haven't said anything, whether you can or can't, but But most players play the beta version since took a mod that was made and made it into an official port, not only available through the beta.
We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend.
Ooh, different dialogue.
You were just another monster, weren't you?
I was.
This is the end, isn't it?
The end, my friend.
Before you can answer, everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Beast? Oh my. Oh me, oh my.
In the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Okay, no.
Don't you start grandstanding about if he doesn't remember what happened, then if he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here.
Voice of the Hunted.
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
Okay, proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she
It's
tells
true,
us
she could
about
have.
what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
But I'm glad that, you know, such an old game is actually getting some traction again, because it is a good one. Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time.
Oh, I definitely have.
Wind rushing in through
Absolutely.
cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm not gonna take it with me.
No steel claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk.
I don't think she wants to talk at all, but, you know, I'm going for it.
I guess we'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it.
There's all so many different options to choose in this Ghost, it's
The door
crazy.
to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
She's growling.
I can smell you.
I mean, this one's called The Beast, so I don't know what she's gonna look like.
She sounds almost feral.
I mean, the witch was basically a cat girl.
Impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit.
She's an actual
The
animal.
walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is
Ooh.
pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
I mean, she's right there. Come on.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
Ah, yeah, she's just a princess who was killed us multiple times in different realities.
She is certainly not just a princess.
She certainly isn't.
You're not helping.
Nope.
It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
Hi.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
Where?
Anywhere.
Anywhere? I mean, that makes sense. Can you hear that clinking? She's in chains again. We're fine.
We're not. Move. There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble
Good
to
lord.
outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark and caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface
I'm in her
impossible to grip.
belly?
Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
And unfortunately, I don't have my knife with me, so I can't stab my way out of here.
Liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
Oh, great. I'm being digested right now.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
Oh no.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison.
I wasn't expecting Vor.
I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something.
I mean, what can we do?
We don't have steel, but we have tooth and claw. Tear through her before we are her.
I mean, that's true. We do have claws. You could have asked me before swallowing me alive. I have my steel claw. I could use it to hurt you. Explore claw and bite. Wait for death. No, we're gonna claw and bite our way out of here. Can you torch the cabin?
I understand it, and it understands me. Talking is for those who don't know how to listen.
You could have asked me before swallowing me alive.
I acted on my will, fledgling, and you acted on yours. The strong triumph, and the weak submit or perish.
Your body is violently jostled, disruption causing burning skin to slough from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
Just because I want freedom doesn't mean I'd want to give you yours. You need me to want to free you, don't you? You can't force me to let you out of here. That's it. We're just clawing and biting our way out.
Like the cornered animal you are, you tear against the thick membranes of her stomach with every part of you that can be made sharp. Nails, claws, teeth, hands, feet.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
That's gonna hurt.
Pulling returns to bang as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
Keep clawing.
Again you tear, heart pumping with adrenaline, your ulcerating hands a blur of feverish motion fueled by the desperation to fight against being reduced to lifeless molecules and meat. But will can never truly...
Damn it, we wasted too much time.
Flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets.
We should have just been clawing as soon as we got into here.
What little air remains in this rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe, and your lungs mercifully give out before you have to suffer another burning, liquefying moment. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3, The Wild. That's a new one as well. Seen quite a few new ones.
We are a path in the woods.
This is interesting.
We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here?
A couple.
I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
Well... yeah.
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped.
She's such a good voice actress.
He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
Oh, this is the god version of her.
That's just because she devoured us and we dissolved away. We don't even exist as a body anymore.
That's true.
We're still here, though. And if we're safe, isn't that better? She ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
She did eat us.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
I guess that's it then. This is us now. We're the woods. Okay.
We're not just a tree, we're the entire woods. What the hell is going on here? This thing watching us, what is he? Why are you being nice to me? Aren't you a monster? Didn't you eat me?
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Oh, that took a turn.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty.
I'm scared, Stormy.
We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
I can feel a thumping. A heartbeat. Like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
Gaze at the terror in your heart.
Please, don't make us remember how I was.
You're telling me not to do it? I'm gonna do it. I'm playing opposites.
Just like that, you start to fall apart. I can remember it now. I didn't like being eaten.
The dragon weapon was officially licensed by Capcom. What?
Forgotten how much it burned. And the air was so hard to breathe. She didn't care. She didn't care at all.
I could have probably clawed my way out still.
As you remember the terror and pain you felt at the hands of the princess, you start to remember something else, too. You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. You can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
I have no idea what the equal dragon weapon is.
I don't like this. It's better for us to be the woods. I don't want to go back.
I don't want to be the woods.
No, I devoured you. I won. I put things back the way they were supposed to be.
Some division, when sown, can never truly be
The wound. Oof.
A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were. A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole. And then you find yourself, blade in hand, exactly where you need to be.
Well, this is an interesting version of the princess.
At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose.
Ah.
Strike at her. End this once and for all.
I feel empty, don't you?
We're just like her, and she's just like us. We never should have left her. I feel safe. She isn't dangerous anymore. We could leave her. We could both live. Do we have to do this? You have to. You know you have to.
It kind of feels sad with the way she is. And I wanted to kill you already, but we can't be the same thing as each other. I had to put an end to whatever happened to us. Cut her free.
You devious little bastard. If you think I'm going to let you free her, you have another thing coming.
Hey, I'm freeing her.
And that other thing is... We'll just have to wait and find out when it happens. Ignore him. His words only confuse us. Just do it. You're tired, aren't you? No, I'm not. I'm... Fine. Whatever. You cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy. Good luck getting her out of here.
Oh yeah, like she's very, very much like combined to the roots. Yeah.
I think we are happy, actually. We might not be a part of her, but being around her is almost the same. Almost.
I didn't think you would do that after everything. It's so cold without you.
Wow, this is an interesting scene. He's been absorbed. Lovely. But you don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Approach the mirror. Approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel like thing.
I think I know which one it is. Yeah, I've seen it.
I don't want to look at us.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward, they're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. you are at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement.
I forgot to actually interact more with her before.
I was before.
Whoops.
Whenever you are ready, I will.
Same as you were before. How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant?
Yeah, I've had this one before.
Eyes close in reflection.
Yeah, I've been down before.
With every gift you bring me,
Yeah, like this is such a weird.
there is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of answers. She will make for a curious heart. Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for.
Okay.
The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. Gifts aren't what someone tells you.
Yeah, we've had that before. But at the entity. Ah, we can't do that.
Burrow in an ocean beyond your sight.
Yeah, you can't actually attack it, sadly.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Oh, bring the wounded wild to her. Ooh.
You're on a path in the woods.
Right, I'm gonna save it, but I am gonna end around now. Yeah, literally the one we just had right there. In fact, I've had quite a few new ones. There was the wild one, but the one we had just before that one was basically an animal that she just devoured us. The beast. That was pretty interesting indeed. But I think nom 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 nom. If I'd done it earlier, then maybe I could have got myself out of there by just clawing out. But it's been interesting going in without, you know, using the knife just to see what happens. Anyway, it's time to go and raid. Which I might go raid Riley. She's currently playing Star Rail at the moment, which is quite nice. So why not? But yeah, tomorrow evening, we have potentially, what is it? The Crystal of Atlan, I think it is. Which, yeah, Crystal of Atlan. Maybe it's live, maybe it's not tomorrow. I don't know if it is a game I'm allowed to stream or not yet, but let's just go with the assumption maybe? Just because they haven't actually given a thing saying, oh, it's under embargo or anything. So if I can, I will probably stream it. But I may not be able to until like maybe even Thursday, but we'll see what happens. Just because of downloading the client, updating it, etc, etc, etc. So tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I might dive into some Monster Hunter World because I'm feeling that itch again. But yeah, we shall see how things go. But for now, we will go and raid the Riley Nator because she is always a lovely individual to go raid. And yeah, she's currently smashing her way through certain things. So yeah. As I said, it all depends on the embargoes and stuff, so yeah. Good night. Good night indeed. I mean, I know I did rather well the last stream that I did. Don't say Mon Hunt. Yes, I'll play Monster Hunter Rise. Anyway, have a lovely night, everyone. Do take care of yourself. I have some washing up to do as well. So, ta-ta for now. Ta-ta. Good night.